Hey! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about grammar rules, specifically the past tense. If you've ever found yourself confused about when to use it or how to form it, you're in the right place. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll be a simple past tense pro. Alright, let's start with the basics. The simple past tense is used to talk about actions that happened and were finished in the past. For regular verbs, you usually add ed to the base form, like walked or talked. Now, things get a little more interesting with irregular verbs. These verbs don't follow the regular ed pattern. Instead, they have unique forms. For instance, go becomes went, eat becomes ate, and see becomes saw. It's important to memorize these irregular forms to use them correctly. So, when do we use the simple past tense? You'd use this tense for actions with explicit or implicit time references, like she got married last year or the bus came 10 minutes late. The simple past tense is also employed for actions that occurred within a specific time frame in the past, like she lived in Spain for a long period. It's useful for describing two successive actions in the past, such as when he saw me, he closed the door, or for simultaneous events like she drove and listened to the radio. This tense can even express unreal past situations, like in wishes and conditionals. For example, I wish I knew the answer, or if I knew the answer, I would tell you. It's also handy in dialogue to show tentativeness and politeness, like I wondered if you could help me. When you're using the simple past tense to talk about actions that happened in the past, it can be helpful to watch out for certain words or phrases that signal this tense. For example, yesterday in 1999, last week in 2 days ago previously. These words are like hints that tell you the action is related to a past time. Practice time. Alright, let's put your skills to the test. I'm going to give you a few sentences, and you have to identify their use. Ready? 1. The party started when he arrived. 2. I spent about an hour in the market. 3. If you did your best, you would convince them to come. 4. The film usually started at 3:00. Now let's turn our attention to the past continuous. The past continuous tense focuses on actions that were ongoing in the past. It's formed by using the past tense of to be, was / were, and adding the present participle, ing, of the main verb. We use the past continuous tense to describe activities in progress with a duration, like it was raining hard but the children were playing in the garden. It's also used for temporary habits or repeated actions within a limited time frame, as in Susan was having driving lessons twice a week. When an action was possibly incomplete in the past, you might say he was painting his desk yesterday. If a long action was interrupted by a short one, you'd express it as, while she was explaining the lesson, some students left. Lastly, the past continuous tense can also refer to past arrangements that were planned for the future in the past. For example, he was going to Paris last summer. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video helpful, and subscribe for more grammar tips and language learning goodness. Until next time, keep on learning and keep on shining. Take care.